Hello everyone. In previous lecture, we studied about the basics of the workability in the concrete and also discussed the two method to for measurement of the workability. Now a table is present which shows the workability, slump and compaction factor of the concrete with 20 or 40 maximum sizes of the aggregate. So in this table, the first one is degree of workability, which is low, very low, low, medium, high, and very high. And for these degree of workability, the slump value, compaction factor for small apparatus and large apparatus is present. And here is the use for which concrete is suitable for that particular construction work. So if we are talking about the very low compacting factor is suitable for the degree in the degree of workability. So the value of slump here is blank and the compaction factor for a small apparatus is 0.78 and for the large apparatus it is 0.8. So for which the concrete is stable, roads vibrated by power operated machines at the more workable end of this group. Concrete may be compacted in certain cases with hand operated machines. So basically when the road in case of manufacturing or the constructing the roads, we are taking the very low workability degree of workability of concrete. Next one is when the degree of workability is low, then it gives the slump value of 25 to 75 and the compaction factor for small and large apparatus are 0.85 and 0.87. So basically this type of concrete used in road vibrated by hand operated machines at more workable end of this group. Next one is medium. If we are taking the workability medium, then it is gives the value of slump in the range of 50 to 100 and the compaction factor for large and small operators are 0.935 and 0.92 and at the less workable end of this group manually compacted flat slab using crush aggregates. So basically जब फ्लैट स्लैब की जो भी कंक्रीट होगी उसमें हम मीडियम वर्केबिलिटी कंक्रीट यूज कर सकते हैं. For section with congested reinforcement not normally suitable for vibration, जहाँ पे भी वाइब्रेशन का यूज हमें नहीं करना है या कॉम्पैक्शन या वाइब्रेशन हम नहीं कर सकते, वहाँ पे हम 100 to 150 तक का स्लम्प वैल्यू लेंगे और हाई वर्केबल कंक्रीट लेंगे. वेरी हाई वर्केबल कंक्रीट हम कहाँ लेंगे, यहाँ पे फ्लो टेबल टेस्ट हम इजिली कर सकते हैं. So basically in the method of last method which is studied in the previous lecture, which is K-slump test. So here is the summary of that particular test. A disc floater 6 centimeter of diameter and 0.24 centimeters thickness, which divides the tube into two parts. The hollow plastic rod of 1.3 centimeter in diameter and 25 centimeter long, which contains a graduated scale on centimeters as I discussed earlier. An aluminium cap 3 centimeter diameter and a 2.25 centimeter long, which has a little hole and the screw that can use to set can adjust the references 0 for the apparatus. The following procedure is used in the K-slump test. First one is wet the tester with water and shake off the excess. Raise the measuring rod, tilt slightly, raise the measuring rod slightly and let it rest on the pin located inside the tester. Insert the tester on the leveled surface of concrete vertically down. After 60 seconds, lower measuring rod slowly until it rests on the surface of the concrete. Last one is raise the measuring rod again and let it rest on its pin. So basically होता ये कि हमें डायमेंशन इस केसलम जो टेस्टर है उसकी हम पहले पढ़ चुके हैं. इसके अलावा इसमें उसको पहले पानी से भिगो लिया जाता है, उसके बाद एक्सेस वाटर जो होता है वो सारा रिमूव कर दिया जाता है. उसके बाद आप उसको कंक्रीट में पंच करते हैं और 60 सेकंड के बाद वो रीडिंग अप एंड डाउन करके कुछ ना कुछ आपकी दे देता है, वही आपका वैल्यू होती है. नेक्स्ट topic is compaction factor apparatus, which is also used in the for measuring the workability of the concrete. So basically, this is the compaction factor test. Here, three cones are used, two cones are used, and here is the cylindrical portion. So basically, concrete हम यहाँ पे pour करते हैं सारा, और यहाँ पे inlet outlet wall type का assembly होती है, जिसको आप suddenly आप open करके सारा concrete नीचे pour कर सकते हैं. So clamp 1 यहाँ पे लगा होता है, clamp 2 यहाँ लगता है, ये दो इसमें conical hopper है, and this is the hopper clamp, and this is the overall assembly of that compacting factor apparatus. The compacting factor test is designed primarily for use in the laboratory, but it can also be used in the field. It is more precise and sensitive than the slump test, and it is particularly useful for concrete mixtures of very low workability, as are normally used when concrete is to be compacted by vibration. Such dry concrete are insensitive to slump test. The diagram of the apparatus is shown as I discussed. The compaction factor test has been developed at the Road Research Laboratory, UK. This test works on the principle of determining the degree of compaction achieved by standard amount of burden by allowing the concrete to fall through a standard height. It means कि अगर concrete को standard height से इन three mounts जो इसके हैं, दो कोन हैं और एक नीचे सिलेंडर है, तो कितनी हाइट से उसको गिराया जा रहा है कंक्रीट को, और उसके बाद वो कॉम्पैक्ट कितनी हो रही है. So basically, the degree of compression called the compaction factor is measured by the density ratio. The density, the ratio of the density actually achieved in the test to the density of same concrete fully compacted. Here are three assemblies are used for hopper A. The top diameter is 25.4 centimeter. Bottom diameter is 12.7 centimeter, and height is 27.9 centimeter. And for the hopper B, the top internal diameter is 22.9 centimeter, bottom internal diameter is 12.7 centimeter, and the internal height of that hopper B is 22.9 centimeter. And if we are talking about the bottom cylinder, the internal diameter of this is 15.2 centimeter, and the internal height of that cylinder is 30.5 centimeter. Distance between bottom to upper hopper and top and of lower hopper is 20.3 centimeter, and distance between bottom of lower hopper and the top of cylinder is 20.3. It means यहाँ से यहाँ तक की जो हाइट होगी ये 20.3 सेंटीमीटर, और इस यहाँ से लेके इसके ये बॉटम से लेके इसके टॉप तक की हाइट भी 20.3 सेंटीमीटर है. So basically, the sample of concrete to be tested is placed in the upper hopper up to the brim. The trap door is opened so that the concrete falls into the lower hopper. Then the trap door of the lower hopper is opened and the concrete is allowed to fall into the cylinder. So basically, one by one जो जितने भी hopper हैं उनको हम open करेंगे. सबसे पहले टॉप वाले को fill कर लेंगे, उसके बाद उससे सेकंड वाले में, और देन सेकंड वाले से नीचे वाले सिलेंडर में हम सारा कंक्रीट पावर करेंगे. So basically, the concrete is filled up exactly up the level of the cylinder. It is weighed at the nearest 10 grams. This weight is known as weight of partially compacted concrete. This cylinder is emptied and then refilled with the concrete from the same sample in layers approximately 5 centimeter deep. These layers are heavily rammed and repeatedly vibrated so that to obtain full compaction. So basically, पहला जो हमारा सिलेंडर में fill करके आएगा, जो भी मटेरियल या जो भी concrete, that is partially compacted concrete, and उसके बाद हम उसी सिलेंडर में concrete को ओवरऑल पूरा फिल करेंगे properly compact करने के बाद in the layers approximately 5 centimeter deep. The top surface of the fully compacted concrete is then carefully struck off level with the top of the cylinder and the weight to the nearest 10 grams. उसके बाद इसको भी हम weight करेंगे. This weight is known as weight of fully compacted concrete. And the compaction factor is weight of the partially compacted concrete to the weight of fully compacted concrete. The weight of fully compacted concrete can also be calculated by knowing the proportions of material, their respective specific gravities, and the volume of the cylinders. That it makes very little difference in compacting factor value, whether the weight of fully compacted concrete is calculated theoretically or found out actually after 100% compaction. So basically, the compaction factor is the ratio of the partially compacted concrete to the fully compacted concrete in weight. So the last test of to measure the workability of concrete is flow test. This is the laboratory test which gives the indication of the quality of concrete with respect to consistency, cohesiveness, and the proneness of the segregation. In this test, a standard mass of concrete is subjected to jolting. The spread or the flow of the concrete is measured, and this flow is related to workability. The figure, this is the mold of the flow test, which has the top diameter of 17 centimeter and the bottom diameter of 25 centimeter. And the overall height of this apparatus is 12 centimeter. And here is the table of that this apparatus. This apparatus also consists of a flow table about 76 centimeter in diameter, over which the concentric circles are marked. A mold made of smooth metal casting is a form of the frustum of a cone is used for the following internal dimensions. As I discussed the dimension of the instrument apparatus, a flow table is also used, which have the 76 centimeter टेबल और उस टेबल पे कई सारे सर्कल रहते हैं जिसपे नोटिफिकेशंस रहती हैं या रीडिंग्स रहती हैं इस टेबल की बात चल रही है. The top layer is rodded evenly. The excess of concrete which have overflowed the mold is removed. The mold is lifted vertically upwards and the concrete is stands on its own without support. This table is then raised and dropped 12.5 mm 15 times in about 15 seconds. The diameter of the spread concrete is measured is about 6 direction to the nearest 5 mm. तो जो भी कंक्रीट हमारा मान लीजिए उस मोल्ड को जैसे ही आप रिमूव करेंगे और ये फ्लो टेस्ट वहाँ पे गिरेगा जहाँ पे वर्केबिलिटी बहुत ही ज़्यादा होती है कंक्रीट की या फ्लो बहुत ज़्यादा होता है कंक्रीट का. तो उस जो भी मोल्ड को जैसे ही आप हटाएंगे तो जितना भी कंक्रीट है वो सारा आपका उस टेबल पे फ्लो करेगा इवनली हर डायरेक्शन में. उसके बाद उसकी हम मिनिमम 6 तरफ से ओवरऑल डायमीटर काउंट करते हैं. ओके, नियरेस्ट टू द 5 mm. The flow of concrete is the percentage increase in the average diameter of the spread concrete over the base diameter of the mold. So basically flow percent अगर आपको निकालना है तो spread diameter in centimeter minus 25 divided by 25 into 100. Just because इसकी जो bottom die है 25 centimeter है उसी के basis पे हम इसको flow percentage को calculate करते हैं. The value could range anything from 0 to 150%. Close look to the pattern of spread concrete can also give the good indication of the characteristics of concrete such as tendency and or segregation. Next one is flow table test. Bureau of Indian Standard has recently introduced another equipment bearing flow value of the concrete. This is the flow table test, and the flow table apparatus is to be constructed in accordance of 6.66 A and B. So if we are talking about this figure, the flow table test जो होगा वो आपका flow test के accordingly होगा. So basically here is a flat metal of minimum thickness of 1.5 mm and the top is in the plan of 700 mm into 700 mm. The center of the table is marked with a cross, the lines which runs parallel to the end out edges of the plane and with the center circle of 200 mm in diameter. The lower front edge of the flow tabletop is provided with two hard rigid stops which transfer the load to the base frame. The base frame is so constructed that the load is then transferred directly to the surface in which the flow table is placed. So there is minimum tendency to flow for the flow table top to the bounce when allowed to fall. So basically this is the accessory apparatus. The mold is made of the metal radically not attracted by cement paste or liable to rust. So basically this is the floatable apparatus in which a mold is here, conical mold, and also a table which are the center with a cross. And सेम चीज उसमें भी हम करेंगे कि माउल्ड को तीन पोर्शन में फिल करेंगे ओवरऑल. उसके बाद दिस इज इन द रेंज ऑफ 700 and 700 mm. माउल्ड को ओवरऑल भर के बीचों बीच रख के ओवरऑल भरेंगे तीन पोर्शन में हम 25 टाइम्स टैंपिंग के बाद. उसके बाद जैसे ही इसको रिलीज करेंगे तो ये सारा कंक्रीट आपका इस टेबल पे फ्लो कर देगा. उसके बाद इसको 6 टाइम्स में हम कैलकुलेट करके नियरेस्ट 5 mm तक कैलकुलेट करके ओवरऑल पूरा कैलकुलेट कर देंगे. हियर इज द डिटेल्ड फिगर ऑफ दैट फ्लो टेबल. हियर इज द मार्किंग एंड दिस इज द बेस फ्रेम. दिस इज द लिफ्टिंग हैंडल जिससे आप इसके अलाइनमेंट को सही कर सकते हैं. दिस इज द एक्सटर्नल hinges. This is the tabletop. This is the upper stop and this is the travel. और ये जो होगा इसका ये लिमिटेड होगा 40 mm से प्लस माइनस 1 mm तक. Okay. The last test is Kelly ball test. So basically this is a simple field test consisting of the measurement of the indentation made by the 15 centimeter diameter metal hemisphere weighing 13.6 kg when freely placed on the fresh concrete. This test has been devised by Kelly and hence known as Kelly ball test. So here is the device of that Kelly ball test. This is the apparatus. All dimensions are in mm. So here is the top diameter is 130 mm plus minus 2. Here plus minus 2 is the thickness of this material, or and the bottom here is bottom diameter is 200 mm and the height of this apparatus is 200 mm. All the dimension here is are in mm. The surface of the concrete is struck off level, avoiding excess working. The ball is lowered gradually on the surface on the concrete. The depth of penetration is read immediately on the stem of the nail is 6 mm. So basically इसमें ball का यूज होता है, उसकी रीडिंग को नोट करके हम इसका वर्केबिलिटी या फ्लो ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर कंक्रीट हम बता सकते हैं. This test can be found in about 15 seconds and it gives much more consistent result than slump test. Slump test से effective result देता है आपका. Next and the last test is VB consistometer. In this, a good laboratory test to measure the indirectly to the workability of concrete. This test consists of vibrating table, a metal pot, a sheet metal cone, and a standard iron rod. Slump test, as there as described earlier in the perform, placing the slump cone inside the sheet metal cylindrical pot. The glass disc attached to the swivel arm is turned and placed on the top of the concrete in the pot. Here is a glass disc is attached, also be used, and which is attached in the top of the concrete in the pot. The electrical vibrator is then switched on and the 7-speed stopwatch started. The vibration is continued till such as time as the conical shape of the concrete disappears and the concrete assumes a cylindrical shape. So basically VB कंसिस्टोमीटर में हम ये करते हैं कि एक स्लम की तरह ही होता है उसमें एक माउल्ड. वो माउल्ड हटाने के बाद उसको बेसिकली जहाँ पे कंक्रीट की फ्लो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं होता वहाँ पे टेस्ट का यूज करेंगे. उसके बाद वाइब्रेटर ऑन करेंगे हम उस टेबल पे. टेबल में वाइब्रेटर लगा होगा जो कि वाइब्रेट होगा, उसके बाद तब तक उसको वाइब्रेट करेंगे जब तक कंक्रीट हमारा कोनिकल शेप, सिलेंड्रिकल शेप नहीं ले लेता. The vibration was continued till the conical shape of the concrete disappears and the concrete assumes a cylindrical shape. This can be judged by observing the glass disc from the top for disappearance of the transparency. Immediately when the concrete fully assumes a cylindrical shape, the stopwatch is switched off. The time required for the shape of concrete to change from slump cone shape to cylindrical shape in second is known as the VB degree. So basically, जैसे ही आप वाइब्रेटर स्टार्ट करेंगे इसमें आप स्टॉप वॉच ऑन कर देंगे और तब तक स्टॉप वॉच वर्क करेगी, जब तक ऑन रखेंगे तब तक कंक्रीट का कोनिकल शेप पूरा पूरा आपका सिलेंड्रिकल शेप में नहीं चेंज हो जाता. जैसे ही वो सिलेंड्रिकल शेप में चेंज हो जाएगा आपका फौरन का फौरन वो स्टॉप वॉच आप बंद कर देंगे और जितनी भी सेकंड की रीडिंग आएगी वो आपकी वीबी डिग्री होगी. This method is very suitable for a very dry concrete whose slump value cannot be measured by slump test, but the vibration is too vigorous for the concrete with a slump greater than about 50 mm. So basically, as I just told earlier कि ये टेस्ट वहाँ पे करेंगे जहाँ पे कंक्रीट का फ्लो बहुत कमी है, बहुत ही ज़्यादा कम है और स्लम्प टेस्ट वहाँ पे फेल हुआ जा रहा है, तो वहाँ पे आप वीवी कंसिस्टोमीटर का यूज करेंगे. So in this lecture, we studied about the VB consistometer test and all types of tests which are used to measure the workability in concrete. So VB consistometer test, Cali-ball test, here a ball is used, flow test, flow table test. Here is the flow table apparatus is performed, and also the compaction factor test, which is also very important for the measurement of the workability. So by this, the module, second module is also complete, in which we studied about the fresh concrete. फ्रेश कंक्रीट हमारा कैसे बनता है, उसके बाद उसकी प्लेसिंग, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन, उसके बाद उसकी क्योरिंग आप कैसे करेंगे, क्योरिंग करने के बाद उसकी वर्केबिलिटी जो फ्रेश कंक्रीट की होगी वो आप कैसे कैसे किस तरीके से कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं, मेजर कर सकते हैं. सो हियर इज द brief summary of this second module is completed. So for this lecture, that's enough. Thank you.